You're live.
Am I live? What? Oh, hey, everybody.
Wait, not everybody.
How's it going? My name is Rushingwind. My wife's getting set up for the Facebook pages, so stay tuned on that one. But anyways.
Sounds like I'm a drunk sailor. I can't do this. It's not working today.
My wife's having technical difficulties.
Every day I have.
Every day's a technical difficulty. Anyway, working on my painting, but I'm going to wait till I go live on Facebook to tell you more about it. Meantime, I'm going to paint some more.
Pete, Uncle Bob Ross.
Uncle Bob.
Do you think everybody wants to sit and watch you paint from your back end side?
Are we live on the other one?
Yes.
Oh, we are?
Yes.
Oh, hello, everybody. Now everybody's live.
Don't smart. Never mind.
Well, my name is Rushingwind, and I'm painting right now. I'm doing Roy's painting. This is from Amboy. This is a picture that was actually taken by a friend of mine, our producer from Southwest Stories, with the two Steves, Kevin. He took the photograph, sent it to me. So as you can see, this is Roy's. And what I do is that I've been a fine art painter for, gosh, I started when I was in my mid-30s. And also I've been painting for, well, I'm 60 now, so I've been painting for like almost 25 years or whatever. But I've been enjoying it. This is my savior, I guess you might want to say, besides music. This is how I started many years ago. And what I did is I started out when I was like 35. I painted to when I hit 40. I think I became a professional artist, and I've had shows. I've had many shows, and I've always enjoyed it. You know, like they always say, you know, life gives you lemons. What do? You make lemonade, right? You know. Or some people make margaritas. That sounds better. But anyways, we create art. That's what we do. But so what I'm doing here, as you see me painting, they call it fat over lean. And what it is that this is in the blocking stage right now. And what I'm doing right now is I'm painting on top of the lean area. So it's called fat over lean. A lot of you artists out there know exactly what I'm talking about. And so we stop. My wife's distracted me over here. I see that. Please, you're distracting me. Anyways, and I started out years ago with landscapes. I did a lot of landscapes. I did oceanscapes. Then I kind of like changed. As you grow, you change. And what I do now is more like urbanscapes. I do a lot of buildings. I do a lot of I'll still do some landscapes every once in a while, more like I was over in Gloucester not too long ago, and I painted some boats. It came out really. I mean, I love serenity, but I find a lot of serenity even in buildings like this. This is a sign; it's not a building, but this is on Route 66. This is the historic Roy's in Amboy, and I just enjoy doing shadows. That's one of the things I do. Is I'm a painter. Some people say I'm a painter. Some people like to be called painter of light. I like to be called painter of shadows because I love shadows very much. So anyway, so this is what I'm doing. You caught me in the middle of painting. But right now I'm going to put my brush away. Put a little bit of turpenoid in there. Put it inside there. And I guess I'll put my pipe away because I am going to play some music for everybody. I had played the recorder because we were too poor I wanted to play trumpet. We were too poor. So I ended up playing the recorder for many years. And then when I was introduced to the Native American flute, it became something that was part of me. It was a natural feeling when I started playing the native flute. And I just kind of morphed into where I'm at. I still do a lot of fine art. I paint quite a bit still, and I'm in my studio, especially with the quarantine time right now. I spend a lot of time. All my gigs have been canceled, as well as many other artists out there. There's nothing out there right now for us as musicians. So painting is good. Live concerts online here. What we're doing today. The reason why I'm doing it early today is because I have some friends out and like in Switzerland and Netherlands. I like to shout out to Sylvia and Lisbeth. There's some good people out there that have, they watch a lot of the musicians out there, not just me. There's quite a few. Matter of fact, a good friend, Tommy Graven, he's been playing. Randy Granger, Cody Blackbird. There's so many out there. Johnny Lifford that have been really. That's how they make their income by their music. And please help them out. Donate when you can. I'm not asking you for any donations here, but please help them out. Please help them out because we all need our help. Your help. So, but anyways, I like to play some music for you. There's a song that me and Thomas Matranga, we're working on an album. It's kind of a funky album. We haven't released it yet. We're not sure when we're going to release it because of all this that's going on right now. But I want to play a song. But before I do, I want to show you something. As I showed you the other day, this is the G minor from High Spirits. This is the 4-direction flute. It's going to be released today, everybody, and they're only making 100 of these. So if you really want to get one, you better jump on the bandwagon now at highspirits.com because there was only 100. And this is the 30th anniversary. In the back it says 1990 to 2020. Odell came out I think he came out this morning on Flute Talk and was mentioning it. It's a beautiful flute. It's a G minor, like I said. Let me play a little bit for you. And what's really beautiful about being a High Spirit artist is that Odell High Spirit will send out the flutes to me and other variety of artists that are on the High Spirit team. And we get to try them out and we give them the feedback, let them know how we like it. And I'll be honest with you, I've never had a flute from High Spirit that's failed me. So I gave it a thumbs up on a scale of 1. And I'll show you some other flutes too. It's not the G minor. This is the 4 directions. So this is the 30th anniversary of the 4 directions of flute. I really highly recommend it. Since there's only 100, I definitely would recommend getting it as soon as possible. Very nice. Okay, so let me put this down and I'm going to show you the other flutes that are going to be. These are going to be available. These are 2 Nova flutes. These are from High Spirits. This is an F minor and A minor. These are the Spirits style Nova flutes. And as you can see, the double barrel, they're the drones. And these will be available roughly around May 22nd, middle of May. And what they're trying to do is they're doing them in May so that they can get ready for Father's Day, which is in June. So if you want something, a good gift for Father's Day, this is an excellent flute. Now check it out how beautiful these are. They got the feather, and it's an absolute amazing. Even the back plate. It's got 2 feathers on it, so definitely something to look into. This is an F sharp, F minor, hold on, or F sharp. I'm sorry. Isn't that a beautiful sound? F sharp. That's a gorgeous flute. I love that sound. Actually, F sharp is my favorite. Besides G, I love F sharp. I love the D minor, and I love the lower tone, the midtones. A's, I love A, but it's a little high for my ear sometimes. So I do like the F sharp, the G's, the D's, the E's. This one here is an A minor. It's got a little bit of higher pitch, and I know some people love the A minor. So here's some A minors. A minor. These are, like I said, these will be available. These will be available in the middle of May, sometime in May. Watch out for Flute Talk. I know they're going to be advertising it. So please check it out for Father's Day. Can't go wrong with this one here. So what I want to do right now is I want to play a song from what me and Thomas Matranga wrote for a few months now. We do have a song called Dirt and Spurs that's going to be on our Southwest Story, the two Steves. That had to be put a little bit on hiatus right now because of the virus. We can't really go anywhere and travel and do stories that we've been wanting to do. So we went ahead and put that on hiatus. But you know, Dirt and Spurs, you'll get a sample of that later. But it's a really fun song, kind of like the Good, Bad, and the Ugly. Me and Thomas both wrote that one together, and it came out really beautiful. But this one here is called D-Funk. Let me play that one for you. This one's in a D minor flute. This is an awesome flute too, high spirits. Of course, everything I play is high spirits. So let me go ahead and I'll play. This is called D-Funk. That was Defunk by Thomas Matranga. Anyways, since we don't have Southwest Stories on this on PBS, you can still watch this other seasons on Roku. Steve Brown, my co-host, he's also doing podcast. I haven't done a podcast because I have a kid, 13-year-old kid that I'm homeschooling right now, and it's a challenge, trying to juggle everything. But he's doing a podcast. So if you go to southweststories, the twostevescom, you'll find his podcast as well. As well on Roku, you can watch some of the older seasons. I did the music in the older seasons. Well, I'll be doing the music in the third season too coming up. But when we're going to have released the third season, we don't know because the virus is not cooperating very well, is it? Okay, so my next song I'm going to do, this one's called Rushingwind. This is from the Rushingwind album, Keeper of Secrets. And so let me go ahead and I'll do that one for you right now because this is one of my favorite songs. This album actually won a NAMI, and it actually was nominated for Best Music Video as well. So this one here is called Rushingwind, the title of the album.
You're having a little bit of technical difficulties with static on the YouTube, on the sound.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do we fix that?
I don't know.
Sorry, everybody. We're working as best we can with this. I'm not sure why we're getting a static. It's a brand new computer that my wife got. She's all proud of her iMac. So anyways, let me try a flute. Let's see, let's do a low. This is a low B. Let's try this. Is that better?
My face was in the way.
Your face was in the way?
I was playing with the. I'm sorry, my face was in the way. I'm so sorry.
My wife's beautiful, so it's okay.
It was the head. It was the hair. Never mind.
Well, it's one thing you got to remember. This is a live feed. A lot of musicians, we're just not used to these live feeds. So sorry that technical difficulties arise, but we do the best we can. I'm used to being on a stage. I'm in my art studio today, so this is kind of like a little unusual for everybody. So these are not normal times, so forgive us musicians if we're not being normal. Like, am I ever normal? You see me on stage, some of you live, and you know I'm never normal. My wife keeps pointing to these two feeds, so I know
there's people here.
I know there's people here, and then there's people there, and I'm working as hard as I can to make this right.
Jason.
Hi everybody. Jason. Hi everybody. Tim, Sylvia, Elizabeth. I love you all. This is just incredible what we're going through right now worldwide. This is just incredible. So I'm you know, as a musician and an artist, you know, we're here to heal. We're here to help people. And a lot of, like right now on Facebook, there's so much division. There's the right and the left, and everybody's just going crazy. As a musician, like me, I'm in the middle. I just want to create peace. That's all I want to do is create peace. Look at the cameras here. I have my own opinions on things, but this is my opinion. It doesn't really matter. Nobody cares. It's just we just need to be civil and be nice to everybody. That's about all I need to say about that. But anyways, let's go back to some music. How's that? My next song I'm going to play, it's called Esmeralda. This is from our Fuego album. With me, Nelson Rios. We wrote this album, God, 4 years ago. I think it was 4 years ago over in El Cerrito Studios with Kenya and Oscar. And it was a great experience performing. The guitarist on this was Brian Clark. We have Dave Rand on keyboard, Butch on drums, Nelson on congas. We're the Native Groove Band. And I tell you, we've had so much fun with that album. We actually took that whole album and we went to Florida for Native Rhythms, and we played from the beginning to the end on that album, and it was just absolutely amazing. And since then, we've been doing quite a bit of mixture of Fuego and all other albums too. And hi Odell, just Susan let me know you were saying hi, so I want to say hi to Odell too as well. So let me go ahead and I'm going to play Esmeralda right now. Sure. Gotta love these spirit flutes. That was Esmeralda, everybody. For starters, I'd like to a little shout out to some people. One of the things I want to do is I like to talk about. There's a good friend of mine. Well, we're becoming friends, and got to meet him. His name is Tommy Graven. If you had a chance to listen to his music, he's an incredible artist. He plays a guitar. He does these loop pedals. I haven't even bought a loop pedal yet. It's something I'd like to try to do someday. But I want to shout out to Tommy, and also want to shout out to Craig Correa. Craig's a really close friend of mine. He's had some health issues. He's moved up to Rachel, Peggy, Rita, Jason, Juan, Rebecca, knitting in Weingarten.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
In Southern California.
In
Yeah.
Southern California, I like that.
Rebecca.
Tyler, Tim,
Let's
Sarah,
go visit Rebecca.
Huh?
Let's go visit. Oh wait, we can't visit Rebecca.
We can visit. We can do a
visit
virtual visit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you very much, Em, for that. But yeah, if you get a chance, some of these upcoming artists that are coming up the ranks, it's really nice to see this. I've been playing music for quite a long time, professionally for like 12 years. I love seeing some of these artists come up, and they're incredible. It just so kind of just a supporting of some of these new artists that are out there. These other artists like Lipford and Randy Granger and Cody Blackbird, and a lot of them, they've been around quite a while. And they're excellent artists. There's so many to pick from. It's wonderful. We have such an array of a flute community that's incredible. And through High Spirits, being around 30 years, they've actually have changed a lot of lives, mine included. When I first started, that was my first flutes I ever started with, and I remember seeing a picture of Odell on the website. And I bought my first flute from his son, Jonah, out in Monterey. I always thought, well, I'd be a cool guy. I'd like to meet him someday. But I didn't realize I would meet him, and we became very close friends. I go up, I hang out with him up in his area in Patagonia. he's a wonderful man, got a great heart. And his whole message is just, well as mine, is to spread this flute around. This is a flute that really needs to go around. It's a healing instrument. We just sent out I sent out a flute, one of the free flutes I sent out that I sent out to a good friend, Karima, and her husband, he's using it now. If he needs some instructions, I'll teach him if he needs some help. But he's got Parkinson's, and this instrument has helped so many people with different ailments. There's John Yoshinoy's. I don't know if you know him or not, but he's a great flute player, and he's got Parkinson's really bad. And the interesting thing about John is that when he plays the flute, he shakes, and then when he plays the flute, it calms him down. It's incredible. I've been there. I've seen it. He's helped so many people on the native reservations. This man has got a great heart. So there's so many things this flute has done for people. I don't even know where to begin. It's a magical instrument. The native spirit is in them. You don't have to be native to play them, but the spirit is in it, and it doesn't matter what nationality you are. It is an incredible. I am Kauia Opata, a native. My grandmother was full-blood Kauia. My grandfather was Opata. And they're from Arizona and also Southern California. So I'm in my own region. I pretty much haven't left the area. We've been here for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, goes way, way back. But I'm very proud and to be and honored to be part of these beautiful tribes. The Kauias out here in the Agua Caliente, they have taken me under their wings. I do a lot of benefit. I do a lot of concerts for them as far as benefit concerts. So it's been an incredible journey. That's one thing about any of you that are starting out in this business. Enjoy the journey. Please enjoy it, because it by the time next thing you know, it's 10 years have gone by or whatever. You really have to really enjoy just the friends you meet along the way. It's like a big river, and you're floating down that river. Please just enjoy it so much, because it's incredible. So I'm going to get back to music here. My next song I'm going to do, this is called Kauia Sunrise. And I always dedicate it to my big brother, Beto, who passed away a few years ago. And this goes out to my big brother. Kauia Sunrise. In the right key. Make sure. Wrong flute. This is not. What do I? Oh, it's an E.
People are having a hard time hearing you when you speak, so you have to
project. I'll scream a little.
Me doing hemmings is not working well.
My wife is my conductor here, so speak up. Okay, I'm speaking up.
No.
This is Kauia Sunrise. I'm going to start all over again. This is dedicated to my brother, my big brother, who passed away, and this goes out to him. I always honor him with the Kauia Sunrise, and it was one of the hardest things, besides losing my parents, that I've gone through. He was not only a brother, but he was also like a second father, because he helped me through a lot of health issues when I was growing up. He was 11 years older than I was, so he was able to help me out a lot. So this is dedicated to my big brother, Beto. Hope out of my key. I got the right key that time. One time I was playing out in Native Rhythms, and we were doing the Fuego debut with all my band, live band, and they all started on one of the songs that I had going. It took two flutes to play that song, and when I started to play it, I picked up the wrong flute, the wrong key. I started playing it, and then I knew I had the wrong key. And some of you have probably experienced this, or maybe you haven't, maybe you will. I put the flute down, I tried to find the right one, I couldn't find it, so I had to stop the music and apologize because, live concerts, live stream concerts, sometimes things don't go right. Sometimes we hit the wrong key, we hit the wrong note, lives all out. And I remember when I did that, people came up to me and they actually thanked me because, they make mistakes and they think they're the only ones that make mistakes. We all make mistakes. Doesn't matter how long you've been doing this. So, sometimes it happens. And I've been doing some of these songs for 10, 11, 12 years. And I always know what flute to pick up when I see this title of the song. But sometimes, sometimes it escapes. My brain escapes. So when I'm in my artist mode and I'm in my art studio, sometimes I have a tendency to Space out, thank you. Very good way to look at it. So let's see what's on next on the agenda here. Oh, Breeze of Comfort. This is from Og Riety. He's from Norway. We recorded this together when my daughter was in kindergarten. It's been quite a few years ago. She's going to be going into high school. So this one's called Breeze of Comfort, something that we really need in this world today. Breeze of Comfort.
That's a big flute.
Just a big flute. Look it up. Breeze of Comfort, everybody. Now this flute here, this is a high spirits flute that they version of the A contrabass. Now a lot of folks have a really hard time playing these really giant flutes, and you know it could be a problem, especially if you got to stretch out like this. So that's why they've come and designed these beautiful spirit flutes, which is it's the same deep sound as a contrabass. This one here is in an E minor. I played a song already on this one. Here's a D high spirit. And he's coming out with some new. There's actually new keys that are coming out really soon. I think they're already out, to be honest with you. So if you want to check to see what their availability is, I think it's an F sharp's going to be there, and I think a B. If I'm not mistaken.
Can we hear that?
Yes, I'm going to play it in a minute.
Okay.
Espérate. That means wait in Spanish. Anyways, so it's shorter, and as you can see, there's a huge difference. And like here's a B, big difference with the contrabass. These are so much easier to play, especially those who have smaller fingers. I mean, I have long arms. I think I can reach all of you guys. But anyways, this flute here is it's got the same tonality, that nice bass sound that we all enjoy, but it's easy to play. Now let me play something. There's a song that I do. Let's see if I can find it. It's called It's Coming. Let's see where to go. Hold on a minute. My dog is scratching. I have a dog that's sitting right here. It's called Eagle Spirit. And this is in the key of D. This is from Rushingwind and Mucklow. We did this album quite a few years ago. What's the name of the album?
Which one?
The Eagle Spirit. Bridge. So this is called Eagle Spirit. This is with the D spirit flute. Here's Eagle Spirit. Hey, 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 ah, hey, ah. Way, hey, hey, ah, wah, hey, hey, ah, hey, ah, wah, hey, ah, hey, ah. Hey, 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 ha, ha, hey, ah. Whoa, hey, 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 ah, wah, hey, ah, wah, hey, ah, hey, ah, wah, hey, ah. Way, hey, 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 ah, wah, yeah. Whoa, hey, 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 ah, wah, hey, ah, hey, ah, wah, hey, ah, hey, ah. So that was Eagle Spirit, played with the spirit flute. Kind of matches the title almost. Anyway, so that's something that you can consider if you're having a really hard time with those contrabass, the long ones. I want to take a little time to shout out to some of my people that I'm endorsed by. For one thing, I'm endorsed by Roland. We got my street amp here. I've been a Roland artist for a few years now, and also I'd like to shout out to this is Audio Technica. I want to shout out to Roxanne from Audio Technica USA. They supply my microphones, and also to Gator Cases, which helps me. I bring my backpack with me. That's my Gator case. So shout out to them, and as of course, High Spirits, who endorses with my flutes. So anyway, shout out to them. So anyways, let me see. I like to see what's next going on here. There's a song that I love doing. It's called Smoke Signals, and it's Rushingwind and Muckle. We did this one long time ago, and I've always liked it. I used the C minor contrabass, and I just love. This is actually the second flute I've ever received ever. So my first one, I don't know what happened to it. It disappeared. I think I loaned it out and never got it back. But anyways, here is the C minor, and this is called the Smoke Signals. That was Smoke Signals. One of my favorite songs to do. I love playing that. I know Craig Correa loves that one. And he used to, matter of fact, when I used to play at some of the gigs, he would join and help me out and set me up, help me set and break it down until his health got kind of like went haywire on him. My heart goes out to him, my brother. That's Smoke Signals. You know, just really quick, as you notice, it's called the Virtual European Tour. I've been to Japan. I played in Canada. I've never been to Europe. This is my way of getting there in my own heart stadium. But the reason why I did that is because some people live like in Switzerland and Netherlands and places like that, they are already asleep by the time I start playing around 5 or 6 in the evening. So this is for them. This is for Elizabeth, Leroy, and Sylvia. I really appreciate your feedback, and it meant a lot to me when you mentioned that you'd like to see me live, not maybe the next day in replay. So this next song goes out to you too. This one's going to be called, I can find it here. Surrender of Dreams. Let me make sure I got the right flute on this one.
Okay. Well, come on. You're good.
Surrender of Dreams. Let's see, it's here. F. Find my F.
You need to paint a big F on it.
I need to paint a big F on it. I just had it here. F. F minor. I believe it's F minor. Let me make sure. I think it is. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. That was Surrender of Dreams. That goes out to my good friends. I want to thank, shout out to the flute community. There's so many great musicians on there. Jay Michael has a flute forum that he has, and Brent Adams is on there. You see Raven. There's so many great, Renee Francois. There's so many wonderful artists that are on there. So if you get a chance, join that group. They're amazing people, the community. Jan Michael Looking Wolf does so much in the flute community. It's incredible that this goes on and on. It's so please be part of the community. So anyways, I want to thank everybody for coming into my art studio, and I'm going to get back to work on this guy here because I got some more to go. I got other paintings in that are all lined up. So like I said, when life gives you quarantine, artists make art. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So thank you, everybody, for joining. Really appreciate the time spending with you. Those in Europe that are 9 hours ahead or more, have a good night's sleep, and happy Friday to everybody. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye. Back to painting now.